This is a continuation video of installing vintage air on a Avanti 2. I'll go over the evaporator mounting and some of the vents and controls. The owner actually installed the control panel here, which works out well. The evaporator the box has to go up as high as possible and to the right as possible in order not to interfere with the wiper motor and the linkage. So it is pushed up all the way to the kick panel. This requires two 135-degree fittings. You can't see them, they're covered in insulation, but 235-degree fittings for the connections here. As you can see, we put the dash vents in the side panels of the console, air conditioning compressor relay there. The drain tube, I installed a 90-degree elbow on it, and it drains straight down through. There's a hole drilled in the floorboard. Let's see, what else on the evaporator? Mounting it was, like I mentioned in the first video, everything was challenging on this car. Mounting it required building a plate. The owner had disassembled some of this car before I received it. I think a blower motor may have been where that aluminum plate is. I don't know for sure, but this hole, so on the bracket that comes with the vintage air evaporator box, the generic bracket, there's 4 holes. I installed riv nuts, quarter 20 riv nuts in 3 of the holes. So if you are looking from the passenger compartment, I installed riv nuts in the upper left hole and the 2 lower holes. And the bracket is bent to fit the floorboard. But what that does is then I can secure the bracket with these bolts on this side. So this bolt is the one going into the upper left if we're looking from the passenger compartment. This one is a new hole I had to drill and install a riv nut in. And then there are 2 more down, 2 more holes that secure the bottom of the bracket. Like I mentioned, I had to bend that bracket to fit. The AC lines run through, I believe the heater hoses may have been coming through there originally. Speaking of that, on the heater hoses, what I had to do is install 2 90-degree barb fittings, or barb style fitting for the heater core. Vintage Air sells those. But installing those fittings actually come out through the inner fender. So I used 2 5/8 elbows to connect to the heater core. We're talking about probably putting a cover over that to just protect those hoses. The Vintage Air heater control valve is mounted in here in the engine compartment. And then as you can see, those hoses run over to the intake and the water pump. So I think that basically covers it. The wiring, everything else is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I just wanted to, I guess more than anything, document this. So if you're thinking about putting vintage air in a Avanti 2, you have something to start working off versus trying to do it all from scratch. Plan for a lot of hours. It's not easy. Obviously, you want to take your time and drill holes once, but yeah, it's definitely nice to have cold air blowing through the vents. Hope this helps someone.